Alright, here we are for another round. On the draw. Not sure about this hand. Opponent is on 6. If I draw like almost any non-forest land, I guess island. But most of the lands in my deck make this hand pretty reasonable. I think I'll keep it on the draw against somebody that's mulling. I can afford to be a little slow, and it's like one of those hands that's like awesome if I just draw any land, but it's weird that I can just kind of still play Magic without drawing the right land. So I think it's reasonable. Like the Siphoner gives me more energy for the hubs. Looks like we're playing against a mirror. I think I just Fatal Push this. I don't want to let him Blossoming Defense it. And since I have the Siphoner in my hand, I'm pretty scared of a Ballista. And because of that, I kind of want to... I kind of want to kill it, because if he just goes Ballista, kill my guy, and he still has the Ballista, that's just like a nightmare scenario, so... I mean, obviously my mana is super awkward, but I'm just one attune or pretty much any non-forest land away from having a completely functional mana this game. Oh, he's letting me untap. So I actually will be able to get a second energy, which is super nice. Kind of an interesting situation here. Let's see what he does. Like, I have my Hostage Taker, and I can't cast it if I draw a card. But at the same time, I could draw into like a swamp, I guess. Let's see if he upkeep goes for a Fatal Push. If he taps out, it's going to impact it a lot. Like, if he doesn't tap out, then he can Fatal Push the Hostage Taker after I remove the Glint-Sleeve. Sure. He's going to let me untap with it. That's interesting. I thought that maybe trigger on the stack he'd do it to play around. Well, but that's not playing around Blossoming Defense at all. I think I'm just going to say no. Because I want to just eat his Glint-Sleeve Siphoner. I guess he doesn't realize how mana screwed I am. Which I guess I'm not really, but I have 3 blue spells in my hand and no like blue land that actually does anything. But yeah, we're just going to play a Hostage Taker here. Because that'll prevent him from drawing extras off the Siphoner. And if he Hostage Takers my Hostage Taker, I have like I have more Hostage Takers than him, so I think it'll work out for me. Kind of surprised with the no ping. He's gonna ping it now. Okay. That's kind of a weird time to ping it, by the way, because just if you're like trying to learn how to play Sultai Energy or play with blocking Ballista is, if he just attacks with this, I can't block it because of Blossoming Defense. So he's just missing a damage. And if he doesn't feel like bluffing me, he doesn't have to try either. So it's like a really weird spot where there's no reason to sack it when he's tapped out, you know? So I think I just play the Siphoner. And then attack. I'm okay with this trade, and I'm ahead on cards and on boards, so I'm in a situation where I don't mind simplifying the board, trading resources. If he blocks, I'm just not going to Blossoming Defense. Play a Long Tusk Cub. And we pass turn. If he's got a Hostage Taker, I have the option of Blossoming Defensing. Constrictor. Constrictor Ballista is actually a little annoying. But that's his last card, and I've got 2 Hostage Takers. I guess I just pump this in response. I guess it actually doesn't matter, but yeah. Yeah, that happens. I could actually Blossoming Defense that guy, now that I think about it. Because I'm in a spot where I kind of want to get rid of his Constrictor Ballista combo. So I have like I could, honestly, every single one of his creatures is a viable card to steal. I think I'm going to steal the Constrictor, though. Because I'm not really afraid of the Ballista without the Constrictor. If he top decks another Ballista, it doesn't really matter. And taking the Rogue Refiner is awkward. If he draws a Fatal Push, he can, like, sack this, Fatal Push the Hostage, or a Hostage Taker for my Hostage Taker, then get the Rogue Refiner back, and he's getting value there. I guess I do have a Blossoming Defense in case he draws a Hostage Taker, so I think I actually am pretty close to, like, 100% winning here. If he draws Scarab God, I have the Hostage Taker. If he has a Hostage Taker, I honestly think I just let it resolve. Because I can Hostage Taker his Hostage Taker. But then he's got Ballista, actually, Constrictor online, so maybe I do just use it. He just scoops, okay. I guess he didn't have it. Alright, going to sideboarding. I think I want the 2 Scarab Gods. And I think I just want the 2 Vraska's Contempts. And I'm going to board out all the Blossoming Defense when I'm on the draw. I don't love Ballista, but it's good against Siphoner. And it's actually like a pretty reasonable late game draw, as you saw in that game, you know, if we're just trading a lot of resources. I think it's fine. I think that Blossoming Defense is like, it's just kind of slow on the draw, and I'd rather have as many ways as possible. Like, the Walking Ballistas and the Vraska's Contempts or whatever ensure that I can, or not ensure, but help me clear away Siphoners early. Which I think is important. I think Blossoming Defense is the kind of card where in the old green-black like energy mirrors, I think, well, when you played green-black energy versus green-black control, playing the Blossoming Defense, you were just supposed to side it out for an actual card. Because there's so many games where like you're just either pinched on mana or your opponent doesn't play something. And in this deck, without any Evolving Wilds, it's actually a lot, it's like weird. Because you can't kill Rogue Refiners with it. Or Hostage Takers, like, every time. It's a pretty good hand for me. Ooh, we drew a Swamp. That's interesting. I think I'm just going to play it. That way I can maybe cycle the Fetid Pools. And also I can Fatal Push whatever he plays. And then play Siphoner. Ooh, interesting. He's going to second main something. That's so cheeky. I drew another Siphoner. Yeah, I'm just going to play the Siphoner and the hub. If he doesn't have a Fatal Push, then I'm just probably going to take the game. I think it's likely he does have a Fatal Push, so it's possible playing Longtooth Cup was better. But yeah, I mean, if he doesn't have a Fatal Push, if he had a Ballista, he'd play it. If he doesn't have a Fatal Push, I'm just drawing an extra card with the Siphoner, and things are going to go really, really badly for him, I think. Okay. Draw an extra. Ooh, Attune's actually reasonable. He could have a Blossoming Defense. So I wonder if it's better to upkeep the Fatal Push. I think it is. It's weird that he tapped the way he did. I think I'm going to play... If I play another Siphoner, then I can't Fatal Push, so we just play Long Tusk Cub. It's a little awkward, but I don't want to play another Siphoner anyway, just in case he's got a Ballista in his hand, and he goes like Ballista for 2, kill both. Right now, my Cub actually kills his Cub. You know what? I'm actually going to just try to block. Because if then he Blossoming Defenses, I can Fatal Push. Or if he Hostage Takers my Cub here, what I do is then I can Fatal Push the Hostage Taker and block the Cub. So there's no reason to do anything until he attacks. Because I've got like a bunch of Siphoners, so I actually have energy sinks. So I don't mind trading my Cub off. Like if he goes like Rogue Refiner pre-combat or whatever, you're like, yeah, then whatever, I'm going to Fatal Push the Cub. It's kind of weird though, because I feel like Fatal Push, you wanna save it for, you wanna kill Hostage Taker with it. Like once the initial game, like once you've gotten past the, if there's not a big Cub or a Siphoner killing you, like you wanna kill a Hostage Taker. I'm in a kind of weird spot now because I feel as if the Fatal Push will kill a Hostage Taker eventually. I'm not going to say he's rather likely to have it in his hand, but like he didn't have a Fatal Push of his own. He didn't have any other 2-drops, I don't think. It feels like he's got a Blossoming Defense anyway. And I guess Blossoming Defense is a reason to wait, because if he's going to Hostage Taker, he's going to tap out. Like next turn I can play like a Toon Siphoner. So I'm actually going to pass and wait. I've got more mana than him, so I don't mind picking my spot. Not to mention, I'm just not really afraid of either of these right now, where Hostage Taker is like a much better play for him. So I'm in a spot where I kind of want to respect the Hostage Taker a little bit. That's a Toon. Do I want to get another Swamp? I think so. Even though I want a Forest or an Island for the Rogue Refiner. I don't think I'm playing it this turn. Well, maybe I will play it this turn. But then if he goes land, I want to hold up the Fatal Push. I think. Yeah, let's just get a Swamp. Might cause us trouble later. But now it's like, I've got 2 Siphoners, and I'm going to draw 2 cards next turn if you don't do anything. So, and if he's got a Ballista, yeah, it's bad for me, but he doesn't have the 4th land right away, and lots of his lands come into play untapped. If he had a Ballista, I think he would have played it already to kill my Siphoner. And now I'm expecting a Hostage Taker, in which case, what I'm going to do is just Fatal Push it. And probably untap and win the game. That's why I wanted to hold Fatal Push. I guess he could Ballista. I mean, he obviously knows I have Fatal Push, I think. I think the way I played makes it like, it's possible I just have this extra mana floating around, but just since I have so many cards in hand, it's just not reasonable. He does have the Ballista. So I Fatal Push, he Blossoming Defenses. That's fine. I mean, this worked out poorly for me because he actually did have a Ballista, which I wasn't sure if he had, and he's got the Blossoming Defense, which is all fine. He kills both my Siphoners, but then I have a big Long Tusk Cub. So I get to kind of use the energy elsewhere. Not to mention, next turn I just play Siphoner and Refiner. I actually think that maybe no, I had to Fatal Push, because then his thing lived. Like, I could just not Fatal Push again. But at this point, he has so many lands that, like, I don't think him missing, like, I think him holding up 1 forest is easy once he's got like 4 lands. But yeah, we go Rogue Refiner, and I could attack. If he blocks with the Constrictor, it's a little awkward. I think we should attack, though. Well, I really don't want his Cub to hit me, because he's got the Constrictor in play. He's going to get 3 energy and 2 counters on it. So I guess I can be a little slow. And this is just kind of hedging against a Hostage Taker. If, for instance, I play if I attack, then he can like hostage shaker my Rogue Refiner and attack with both of his guys, and it's just a mess. He's a Rogue Refiner. Okay. Hoping he doesn't have another Ballista. Hoping he doesn't have a Fatal Push. I'm a bit flooded, but he's on 6 lands as well now, so... Oh, he's attacking with that? Oh, he's got 6 energy now. Is it wise to take it? It's like, where did all that energy come from? You can put 8 counters on it. No. You can put 6 counters on it. So maybe it's better to just chump? Yeah, I'll just block like this. It's not pretty, but like, I think I'd rather him have a smaller cub than risk my Rogue Refiner. Or like have my Rogue Refiner doesn't really do much. Yeah, we're drawing 2 cards here. Ooh, we really bricked, honestly. We really bricked. Okay. Actually, I should have... I have no untapped lands. I should have cycled first. Right? Because I could draw a Fatal Push. Another Attune is interesting. Because now I can fire in with my cub, I suppose. Because I can put 4 counters on it. So he can't really block. He can, like, tempo block me. He's got a Fatal Push. I'd rather him Fatal Push my cub than my Siphoner. But take a huge hit from this, though. Play another cub. We are kind of... Well, we're actually not that far ahead on lands. He's only really missed 1 land drop. Rishkar? I mean, whatever. His creatures were infinite anyway. Yeah, he spreads it out. That's pretty smart of him. I don't even know if drawing like a Scarab God would help me now. I just need to draw a Hostage Taker. It's like the only card. It does anything. I could kill it with a double block. But I think I need to take it. I think him having a big cub is fine. Because my outs are like Fatal Push and Hostage Taker anyway, and I can't lose my Siphoner. I think that's the one advantage I have here, is I have the Siphoner going, and like, when I have the Siphoner going, I can just chump. I can just literally throw creatures away. For like no value. Keep drawing these Attunes. Attune. Guess I get an island. Doesn't really matter. So, Vraska's Contempt was a sick draw. The question is, do I want to fire in with my cub? He's got 5 mana up. I don't think he can block my cub. But the thing is, my cub is also a really good blocker. So I think what I do is I just play my cub and pass. When I have the Siphoner going, like, force him to come to me. He could have a Blossoming Defense, so it might actually be better to Vraska's Contempt his guy now. Yeah, sure. I can still just chump that thing, though. Like, I'm drawing 2 a turn. And I think, actually, the Contempt, I'm much better off. He actually, now that I think about it, like, he's missing lands and not playing things. I think he's just got a Blossoming Defense in his hand. Which I'm going to have to fight through anyway. So I'm going to just try to Vraska's Contempt this. And once he Blossoming Defenses it, I'm going to just block with a Long Tusk Cub. Oh, it worked. Okay. The only problem with this play is if he drew Hostage Shaker for turn, I'm kind of screwed. Because he gets the Siphoner. But it's possible that he's, if that's the case, he might have Blossoming Defense anyway. No, he doesn't. Alright, so I think we're just winning now. I think now that the tides are turning. How much mana do I have? I kind of want to take his Rishkar. But I kind of want to hold the Hostage Shaker also, because I want to do that all in one turn. I know he doesn't have a removal spell, though. So that's just firing with this. I'll trade it for his Winding Constrictor if he wants. I guess it's possible he's got another Rishkar in his hand. Oh, this is kind of bizarre because... Oh! I can't draw an extra card now. That was very stupid. Yeah, we all make mistakes. He just snap blocked and... See, I always make these mistakes when I'm just rushing through my decision making. What I should do there is just kill the Rishkar. Like, if I kill the Rishkar, then I still have the... Siphoner online. And it's just so stupid. But since I have Hostage Shaker in hand, and I'm pretty sure my opponent's just on air, I think we're gonna pretty easily win anyway. He's got the Scarab God, okay. So I'm gonna have the Scarab God now. I suppose he could actually have been sandbagging a Blossoming Defense, and we'll find out now if he was. Actually, he scoops. Nice. All right, well, we can win the mirror. That's pretty sweet.